Hello Gemini and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your mid-month reading. Ooh, that just fully zoomed out for September. Virgo season moving into Libra season, fellow air signs. So we have 8 of crystals, dedication and progress. Look at that beautiful big bison fighting against the headwind, but its feet is on the earth, the crystalline earth. So, this is the card of work. I do want to say we're going into the eclipse portal. So the second half of September, we have the full moon in Pisces, which is an eclipse. So this feels like every step you take needs to have a sense of purpose. It almost needs to be connected to this 5D earth energy or a magical energy, an energy that feels very purposeful, high vibrational energy that comes through. So I feel like it's almost like the steps that you're taking, it feels different. I just get walking on the earth and it feeling differently, feeling connected to the earth, to the element of earth differently, and it feels good. It feels really, really good. Okay, so yes, the 8 of crystals is about your work. So it quite literally could be something you're working on in your life or your work. So let's see what's shifting and changing for you, Gemini. Let's see what is shifting and changing. But it just feels something magical here. You're moving forward with something magical. Okay, let's see what's shifting and changing for Gemini. Okay, we have Cup Queen, Cancer Throne, and Judgment, Scorpio Fire, Pluto, and Leo. Cleaning and clearing up. Emotions around family is coming up around this, especially stuff that you've outgrown. It feels like there's irrevocable endings coming in around that. It feels like, there's announcements, messages, perhaps, but there's something that needs to be cleared out and then moved on. Interesting. So this feels very connected to a family situation or a home situation, but very much I'm getting family ties, family lineage. Something is, something is ready to move into. You're going to potentially have to do a lot of cleaning and clearing with this, emotionally, physically even, but energetically. But I feel like it's time. It's really ready. It's time. And that's something that's coming in. The divine is saying it's time. Divine timing, quite literally. Okay, so let's see what else is coming through. So there could feel like a big shift in family or family dynamic or what's going on for certain family members as well. There could even be things to do with wills and inheritances that can come through around this as well. But it feels like it was time. It's time. It's all these sort of things that are coming in. Not to say that's going to happen to all of you, but for whatever reason, I just got there is a necessary shift and change to a family member or a family dynamic that is actually just it's ready, it's time. That's what I'm just getting. Okay, the Emperor. So it could definitely be around, the Emperor could be a male in your family or male lineage, or if it's a female, then maybe it's more, or someone who identifies more, it's somebody very strong, somebody that has had power, has had an authority over you, but not only you, but perhaps this family dynamic that's coming through. And there's been things that haven't necessarily been clear or spoken of. There's things that have happened behind the scenes and plans that have been made, that there's things that are not being necessarily revealed around all of this. I'm going to pull all these cards out for you, Gemini, so I get the full story, but I just wanted to let you know that this reading is for Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising. Always recommend to watch all 3 of your placements if you know where they are, because it gives you a fuller picture of what's going on for you. And this is a general reading, Gemini. Look what came out, the Lover's card, the Major Arcana for Gemini. Ooh, great. Okay. And just trust your instincts with what you're taking on here, Gemini. There's no extended reading. It's a mid-month reading. Now, we've got 2 Queen of Cups coming through here and 2 Eight of Pentacles, because we've got the Eight of Crystals, the Eight of Pentacles. And they're both coming in significant positions, and you're turning up as the Eight of Pentacles. You know, you're having to put in a little bit of work around this situation. So as the situation, we are seeing the Emperor. It is potentially to do with authorities or an authority in your life or somebody powerful in your life, crossed by the Seven of Swords. So this is like, again, the Seven of Swords is, yeah, there can be, yeah, it's reevaluation of plans that have been made that you haven't been told about, somebody holding information and gatekeeping information about plans, somebody even being actively deceptive about some things that are going on. And yeah, again, it could be to do with legalities of some sort or some kind of legal contract. But it just feels like there's, and this may be something that it wasn't necessarily planned or it wasn't in the plan, but it now needs to become part of the plan. So, yeah, it's interesting. In your conscious mind, you've got the Hierophant. So I feel like, you know, what is this person's wishes? That's what it feels like here. It's belief systems and religion is potentially something that's coming in around this, around, you know, what's going on with family members or with, shifts and changes to family dynamics. Because we're seeing in your conscious mind commitments and, and also belief systems and religious beliefs. So I feel like, you know, it's one of those really tricky things with families of everybody might have different political points of view. They might have different belief systems. It's something that's coming in around that it's, and yeah, it's kind of fascinating what's coming in with this, Gemini. But the Hierophant absolutely could be that it's tradition as well. Is it breaking from tradition in some way, or is it breaking a tradition? Because it feels like it just feels like there is something that can be reworked within the situation. And yeah, I get a lot of, it feels family stuff, or people that are close to you that feel like family. But it feels like a group of people that have a significant impact on your life, just put it that way. And it feels like there's been like, this is the way it's always been kind of thing. But now there's an opportunity here that it's going to change in some way, for it to change. And that's actually a good thing, even though it might ruffle a few people's feathers in the way, or it might upset people, or it might be an adjustment for some people. So it feels it's an interesting shift to family dynamics, but they're saying no matter what this is, like whether this is somebody moving or moving on, or relationships breaking up, or even whatever it is, maybe a family member needs to go into care, whatever it is, or maybe it's just like we're not doing Christmases together anymore, or maybe I'm not speaking to you anymore, or maybe let's reconnect. Whatever it is, it feels like the way the dynamic has been, it cannot remain the same. So it sort of no longer fits. It's no longer resonant with the energy of the group, and there's definitely, I think, one person within that group that is going through a significant change. It doesn't necessarily feel like you, Gemini, but it could be, but it feels like it's like you're all readjusting to what somebody else is doing, the change that is within somebody else or that has occurred to somebody else. So it's interesting here with this Hierophant. I feel like there's a lot on your mind here around that, and thinking about, okay, how are we going to make this work? This new change, how is it all going to work? At the base, we've got the Three of Wands. This is the young Emperor, interestingly. So The young emperor is ready to, it feels like a changing of the guard. That's what it feels like. This is when it's the energy of when, the child now becomes the parent, or falls into the role of the parent in some way. But there's a changing of the guard. This is the young emperor coming up and challenging the emperor. There's a new way. There's a new order that's coming through, and it needs, this is what's driving this whole thing. Spirit is saying it needs to expand and grow in some way. It's a very, it feels like a divine covenant kind of thing, like it's a message from Spirit that comes in and everything shifts and changes around this dynamic. So, yeah, this is a changing of the guard. This is the new energy that's coming through with the young emperor at the base, ready to, being the 3, it's ready to expand and grow into something new, and therefore the emperor energy no longer, the established order can no longer remain the same, because there's this new upcoming energy, a new upcomer, or a new energy that wants to expand into something different. So there's a few interesting people at play. We're seeing the family dynamics, because it may be that there's already somebody that feels like it's a lot of like succession kind of stuff coming in around it, like who is the person that is going to fill the void of it's like all the, we all have these roles to play, and it's sort of within a dynamic or a group. It's like one person is like maybe the leader or the alpha, and then everybody's goes beta, and it goes down, and everyone plays their different roles. And then it feels like the person that was potentially playing a very, very significant role is shifting their role in some way. This could be the alpha, or somebody that is like the authority, or somebody around that sort of holds the glue of this is the way it was done in the dynamic here, this family dynamic. And maybe it's just how, and that doesn't mean it was functional at all. It could have been completely dysfunctional, but it feels like, okay, now there's all these other people going, if there's a void here, then they're all sort of jostling, like it's trying to, the group is reorganizing itself in terms of the power dynamics of the group and how they all fit in with each other. And I'm feeling like all these different players around in terms of, there's the young emperor, and then we've got the King of Wands who's saying, well, maybe I can be the emperor, the young emperor. This person wants to be the emperor. Then we've got the Queen of Cups, which is like maybe not really wanting to be the emperor, but at the same time more of a nurturing role. And then it's like, who's who here and what's happening? And it's all like, it feels a little bit like the musical chairs, like suddenly the positions that people have in this dynamic are shifting and changing. So we have in the recent past this 8 of Swords. It feels like whatever's going on with whoever this emperor is in your life, it's somebody that has had a very huge presence in your life, a very strong presence, a powerful presence, could be an authority, like I said. There's been something around them where they can no longer take on that position or role in some way. There's been restrictions around them, limited forms of thinking, or something has happened where they just cannot fulfill that role. Now, this all could just be your perception of it. It may be I'm not giving you that power anymore. It could be quite literally I'm disentangling myself from this dynamic that's not working for me. It may actually have nothing to do with the other people. If it's not actually physically happening in your life, it might just be you going, right, I'm reworking it inside of myself. But the 8 of Swords could suggest some kind of frustration in the recent past that is coming in around it. In the near future, we have this Queen of Cups, and this is the sense of the emotional cleaning and clearing, the emotional renewal, kindness and compassion. This is the nurturer. The Queen of Cups can be like the archetypal mother energy as well. So it's the nurturer, the energy within this dynamic, and it's coming in as I feel like it's something potentially deeply personal for you. as well. So it may be that I need to nurture myself within the situation, or there's somebody that needs to be nurtured, or you're feeling like you want to connect to whoever this nurturer is. But they're playing the nurturer, whoever's playing the role of the nurturer in this dynamic. And like I said, it could just be the nurturer part of yourself, nurturing yourself. They've come in and said, okay, there's work to be done here. We need to do a little bit of emotional cleaning and clearing out and regeneration. So you might feel really drawn to this energy because it is about just going into your feelings and feeling emotionally safe as well. You're presenting as the Eight of Pentacles. So this is where it's the card of work, quite literally. The person is down to work, they're mastering their craft. And it could be a little bit like I'm burying myself in my work and not wanting to deal with all of this. It could be an avoidance that goes through with it as well. But I think mostly this Eight of Pentacles is I'm not afraid to put in the work that is required here, that is being asked of me. Because, yeah, there is work around it. And like it could be a work situation, or it could be just a dynamic around you that, like, I feel like this sort of complex group dynamic I'm feeling around the situation, that it may be like if the Emperor is like, say, a boss energy, it's like the boss is stepping down and then who's going to be the new boss. So it could be something like that, but it just feels like there's a changing of the guard. There's a shift in the dynamic of the group and somebody is unable to perform what it is that, or you don't want them to perform that role anymore. So energy surrounding you is this King of Wands. This is another character. Like I said, they're a little bit more powerful than the young Emperor in waiting at the base there. But this is another person around you that has got a fair amount of involvement in this situation, a fair amount invested into the situation, and potentially could be competition for you in some way. It just depends on your relationship with this person, but this person has got a pretty good, they've established themselves within the group as somebody who's pretty maybe next in line to fill the void of the Emperor. So I feel like, it's interesting, but there is someone around you that, and you may not even be considering this person. This is all an internal thing, and you're kind of shifting out an energy of a person that's taken up a lot of space and had a lot of authority and power over you in your world, and you're like reorganizing that energy within yourself, say. There's a contender here. This is a contender, okay? But I don't necessarily feel like that would be your first choice, that person. I mean, but yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, that person definitely has been around for a while and has established themselves in your world, at least. So again, it could be like a sibling, a family member, a very close friend, or it could be, these could be all people going for the same job or a very competitive market, and there's people around you. But I think trust this young Emperor is what I'm feeling here. I feel like this is an energy within you where you are stepping into connecting to this power within that is ready to expand and grow. So it's not looking for external, not looking for somebody externally to replace the void of this Emperor energy in your life. It's more, I'm going to find that within myself and trust myself, trust my own inner power. So hopes and fears, we have the Four of Wands, and this is about happy home, happy heart, 1111, soulmate relationships. So definitely, I mean, it's the Castle. So again, it could be around family, again, wanting to realign family dynamics. And then we have as the outcome, and the Four of Wands is like, what is it that you really desire? What is it that you really want? What is the spiritual foundations that that this is built upon? Again, it comes back to that Hierophant energy. So we have as an outcome the Lover's card. This is you, Gemini. And the Ace of Wands and the Three of Swords. And this is where, again, that question, what is it that you really want? Because you have a choice to activate something new, to get what it is that you want with that Ace of Wands. And it does come with the Three of Swords. It definitely, whoever puts their hand, somebody's not, it's not everybody's going to be happy here. So there is a sense that it's going to be really important to activate, to make a choice to activate something new that could potentially heal a very old wound. And that may not necessarily suit somebody else, but it may be what you need. So that's what I feel here, that somebody's choice could activate wounds. But at the same time, I feel like that's part of the shift of the dynamic that's coming in here. And I feel ultimately for you, there is a wound coming up around this, or this Emperor energy that we've been talking about, that could be the masculine side of your family, it could be around the male lineage of your family, it could just be around you stepping into your power within a situation. It could be about feeling out of control or even lost or hopeless within an area of your life or at a certain time of your life. And maybe this wound is coming up here for you to be cleared, because there's an opportunity here for you to clear that and to step into something different, to choose what it is that you want, something different. And you might choose to clear that wound. And that's what's coming in here with this. So we have as the overall energy, the 10 of Wands, and this is all about burdens and completions and endings, soul and spirit endings, and putting an end to a situation that has been burdensome or heavy or has had the weight of responsibility. Somebody has had the weight of responsibility, and that is ending, whoever's role that is in this little scenario that we're seeing here. So that is, again, we move from the 10 to the 1, the Ace of Wands, the 10 of Wands to the Ace of Wands. So this cycle of burdens and responsibilities is ending, and then you're stepping into having opportunity to step into the choice of choosing something new. So let's pull an affirmation card for you, Gemini. Let's see what is coming in. Okay, I am at peace. Divine peace and harmony surround me and dwell in me. I feel tolerance, compassion, and love for all people, myself included. And that is, the way to deal with this. It's so perfect. It really is. Because, this could get complicated with all the dynamics, but the I am at peace, that's just the most beautiful way to move through this energy. Okay, so let's pull a charm for you. So also, like, they're just saying in terms of if this is a career thing, because it could be, there's very much, I'm getting family and career for this, or a group dynamic. If this is a career, there's an opportunity here for you to either step into your own business, gain a promotion, somehow upgrade your career into something that feels more like, it feels like soul and spirit are guiding you towards this. So yes, navigation wheel. You're navigating your way through these waters, tricky waters. So you are the captain of the ship, and you are the young emperor. The emperor is there waiting for the ships to come in or sending ships out. So it definitely is a sense that you're getting some it's an emotional journey that you're going to go on with this, absolutely. And it could take you to new territory. It could take you to new places. It could be that you're seeing things come back towards you that you haven't seen for a long time, or people or energies are coming towards you and you're navigating your way through that. That there's something coming towards you that you're having an emotional response as well, maybe something coming in for you. And so again, the navigation wheel is very much, I am the master of my ship. I am the master of this emotional journey. And whilst it does require a little bit of flexibility, it also is about setting the intention for your course, for the course of the navigation where you want to go. So they're showing me very clearly like this sense of setting a really powerful intention. Imagine yourself on your ship. This is your journey that you're going on. You're about to go through this passage and set a very clear intention about what you want at the end of the journey. And it could have something to do with I am at peace. It could be something to do with ambition. It could be something to do with feeling more in control. But whatever it is, it's going to be unique to you. I feel like you don't want to just hop onto the boat and go, I don't know where I'm going. I've got my hands on the navigation wheel, but I don't know where we're going with this. It's like you want to hop on, be the master of the ship and have a clear course. Like I set the intention that this is where I want to go. And that feels really important to set a powerful intention. It doesn't have to be specific with details. Maybe I just want to be happy. Maybe I want to have peace in my heart. Maybe I want this to work out for the best for everybody. Maybe, it's you'll have your own thing, but that's just the message I'm getting here for it, Gemini. So that's your reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Please follow me on Instagram. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Love to read your comments. All of that helps with the growth of the channel. Love to hear what's going on for you as well, Gemini, and take care.